Hey guys, so I am working on these two canvases right here, and I thought I would just, film myself as I work through some of the things and chat with you guys a little bit while I'm doing it, while I'm working here and there. I kind of bounce back and forth, but I have my glue, this is lazy, in a Ziploc bag because I kind of glue some things one day and then here and there, so anyway, but I'm gonna glue this one got left off somehow. This is Liquitex matte gel. I like it. It works well, Phil. Oops. See, y'all couldn't see what I was doing the whole time. I'm not always good at the cameraman job. But anyway, I just put that little piece down there. I did all these first, and then I did this flower, and it kind of goes over it. But yeah. Then I just close up my little bag, and it'll be ready for me when I'm going to glue some more stuff on, which probably be tomorrow. Right now, I'm still kind of working on the underlayer part, the things that are kind of be in the background of the collage. But I was going to work on these are my Posca pens. That's what I mainly use to do a lot of these layers. Let's see. I also look at my own work. Like, this is my piece I've done before, and I have these. I kind of did these randomly, these little pink dots. I was like, what should I do with those? And then I remember I did this piece where I had a lot of these little floating kind of flowers. So I was thinking I could do some of those and then maybe some smaller ones around it. Just kind of see how it goes. I do that a lot. I look at my own work to see, to give me ideas. So these will be kind of like little orbs. You won't be able to see what I'm doing, will you? Trying to decide which one I want to do. Let's see. I think I need a different color. I love pink and aqua together. Maybe I'll do that. So I'm trying this style of video because what happens is I record, videos, and then I never edit anything. And I was thinking, well, if I just kind of record myself and do something that's kind of I don't have to edit a lot, then maybe I'll put it out there more. We'll see. Let's see, this pen. I use this color a lot, so I may have used this one too much. Yeah, it seems pretty dry. I just thought all this stuff would kind of be boring, but I don't know. We shall see. We'll just kind of go with it. And, you know, my goal is just to put it out there and see how it goes, right? That's... sometimes you have to be brave and do things that you don't know how it will work out, right? You don't know if it will be something people are interested in. You really know nothing, so just kind of have to go for it sometimes. That's what I'm attempting to do. So I think I'm going to use, because I want a thin one. I've got this one, but it's pretty thick. Well, it is a large round area, so maybe I could. I had a YouTube channel before with my, I did furniture painting a good bit. And I did a lot of videos on that, and my intention was to continue doing that when I started doing the art more, but I just haven't. I think it's because I want to spend all my time doing art because I like that part so much. So, again, like, maybe this way would work. So I've had the intention for a while, like I said. And then I had an astrology reading a couple weeks ago. And he was like, you know, you got to put yourself out there. You need to, like, share your, not really my art, but just like myself and what I do and my thoughts. And because he said that, you know, that's a big part of like your next chapter and what you want out of your life. That's kind of your way to get there. It's like you have to stop playing safe and playing small and, you know, like, just doing whatever's easy. And so, and it's true, like I have been like, also I overthink things. I'm like, you know, if I do a YouTube channel, then it should be this way, it should be that way. What about this? What about that? You know, and so then I get paralysis by analysis, you know, and then you just end up not doing anything. And that's not good. So I'm trying to get past that too. And just put myself out there more. I'm not really the kind of person that really likes to talk about themselves or really thinks like what I'm doing is that interesting or anything. So, yeah. But I'll add some more stuff to that, but I gotta let that dry and then try to figure out what I want to do to these other ones. Sometimes I wonder where I got the idea to even do this in the beginning, you know? It's just things kind of come out of your brain and you're like, where did that come from? But then it's good. Ooh, this one is kind of dry too. use my pens a lot. Pen's too dry. Maybe this one will be better. I use the same colors over and over again, so if I don't keep replacing the pens, they're really dried out. But I got some new ones recently. This has never happened to me, but I bought like 7 pens, and I don't buy Posca pens from Amazon because I sometimes feel like they could be counterfeit, which I have had that experience before with some other type of pens. But anyway, I got these from Jerry's Artarama, which I love that art store. They're awesome. But I bought 7 Posca pens. They were new, you know, they had wrappings around them and everything. But 4 of them were really dried out, like just not good. They're just really hard to work with. And I was working on a project and I was just really struggling with them. But anyway, the Jerry's, it's about 30 minutes from here. So I was like, oh God, I don't have to go back. But I went back and, you know, it's like, these are dry. And they're like, okay, sorry about that. And they just took them back and I got some new ones and this batch has been fine. So I don't know what that was about. But I got 7, like I said, and 4 of them are really not good. But anyway, that's not a normal situation. But anyway, Jerry's they did the right thing and took them back, because technically I couldn't get back for like a week or so, and I could have just used them like crazy and, you know, and then try to return them or whatever. I was worried they would be like, did you just use these a lot? They didn't question me at all. They're really cool about it, which is the way it should be. I just kind of start it and then I just fill in little details, you know, as I go. I have a fireplace going. It's actually about maybe 60 outside, but my studio is in the lower level of our house and it gets really cold. So I have that on, but I'll probably be able to turn it off in a little bit. It'll warm up enough. I normally listen to really loud music while I work, so I miss that right now, but it's fine. I also listen to like audiobooks and then you know, just books on whatever, on Audible and podcasts and stuff like that. It just depends on what mood I'm in. So, in December, it is February, kind of towards the end of February right now. And I had surgery in December of 2024. And I don't know about you guys, but you know, you have recovery time, and I did some art. I did like art on Procreate and some simple things, you know, like I drew some little faces and did some things like that. But actually, I did mostly kind of work on my website and you know, like digital work is kind of how I spent that recovery time. So I wasn't in the studio much at all. And, you know, when you come back, this is me, but I don't know if most people experience this, but like I said, that was in December, and it's March 2025. So my recovery was like 6 weeks, but it's always, you know, a little bit longer actually. But anyway, it was a while before I was actually working on, like, I just kind of got back to these. I had started these two before my surgery, and it's just now, probably last week, yeah, like towards the end of last week is when I got back to working on these. You feel rusty. You feel like what I normally do when, like, I'm sick or anytime I have to be away from doing art for a while. What I've found out that works for me is, well, I'll say one thing. I had these pieces ready before, like I know I wanted to do the background. The background's alcohol ink, and that part's kind of tricky because you need to have like the windows open, you need to have good ventilation, and it's winter time now. So anyway, we had some good days like in the fall, and so I had all these kind of ready to go with the background, so that was good. That helped. And then I had some of the underlayers added so that when I came back, I would kind of have like a direction of where I'm going with these pieces. And I feel like that helps me, you know, that helps me get, you don't kind of have to rethink that and like start over from scratch. And so that's one thing I do, is I kind of try to set myself up. Obviously, you don't always know, like, if you're going to be sick or something unexpected. Like, you don't even have that choice all the time. But I know I was having surgery, so, and I've had periods of time where knew I'd be away from doing art for a while, just for family stuff or whatever. And if I can, I'll kind of try to set myself up to work on things, you know, or to have things kind of set up so that when I come back, I have a direction to go in. Because sometimes you feel a little lost, and that's actually, I feel honestly a little lost when I'm working on this, because before my surgery, I was working on two smaller pieces, and man, they flowed so well. Like, I was just really in the flow with them. And it was sad because I was like, man, I wish I could just keep going with this. Like, I didn't want to stop. And I was actually thinking like, well, maybe my recovery won't be as bad. Like, maybe I'll be able to like keep working on these pieces and keep going. But no, of course that didn't work out. And your body needs to heal. So you have to give it time and give it what it needs, you know. But so, you know, I feel I'm not completely in the flow. Like, I'm kind of getting it back a little bit. But what I do normally, what works for me is that I did the digital stuff, which kind of helped me be connected to art still, and I wasn't like totally totally disconnected from it. So that helped. And then after I got out of that stage, I started doing kind of more simple stuff. Like I did like a little art exchange with people. So I made art on paper for like, you know, they were like 4x6 sizes, things like that. I did like some Artemat pieces and did some work on my website and things like that. So that's really what I've been doing since since my surgery in December. And like I said, it's already kind of towards the end of February. But that kind of keeps me going and keeps me kind of primed to stay in that art space, but it's not as like daunting as like working on these pieces or drawing or whatever. So, and then like last week is kind of when I felt like getting back to these pieces. And I know that that's my process, and it's kind of nice in a way, because you can take some comfort in the fact that like if you just go through these steps, like keep processing the art, keep making art, whatever art you're comfortable with at the time. Like, don't judge yourself, just be okay with making like simple things on paper, things that maybe some little thing that you've been wanting to do for a while, that's for just something like that you'll mail out to somebody for their birthday, or you know, whatever, like some little simple art pieces that are really fun and that you enjoy, not necessarily for like a collection or, you know, something like that. And I know that if I just keep going down that path, if I just keep making art, processing art, doing the steps. Ange Miller is my mentor. She's on YouTube some, but mainly on Instagram, but I'll tag her in the comments. But she calls it brush miles. I don't know if she made that up, but she says if you just keep doing the brush miles, and it's so true. Like, you just gotta just like keep it going, don't let that totally die. And even if you do, you can get back to it. You just have to start small, like start with simple things and kind of build on that. Like, and once you get started, your creativity will be getting more and more comfortable to you. It will, it's almost like you're inviting your creativity back into your life. It's almost like it needs that. It's an emotional thing, you know. And I kind of think as my creativity as like another person in my life, like my creative soul, my creative higher spirit in a way, or like another aspect of me. And if you ignore an aspect of yourself for a while, there's almost like some kind of coercing and like kind of like bringing that part of you back that you have to do. And it only makes sense, right? Because like if you're in a relationship with someone and you didn't talk to them for a while, it would take a little while for you to get back into the flow of that person. And it might take a little bit of work. So, but that's what I'm doing now. But, you know, I'm happy that I'm getting back to a place of being comfortable, more so with the larger work, and getting back into a good space with all of that. So you will get there. And I've been through this many times. Like, I had to take like 4 months off one time when I had to help my dad, who was sick, and he lived in South Carolina, which was like he was about 2.5 hours from me. So I had to, you know, drive back and forth and take care of him, and it was a lot. It was like very mentally taxing, physically taxing, emotionally, all that. So I went through a long period of time where I had to really just focus on helping him. I'm looking for a pen I can't find. It might be upstairs. Right there. But that was, you know, afterwards, that was a process. It took me a while to get back. And honestly, some things that I was working on before all that happened, I never went back to it. It was just it wasn't interesting to me anymore. So sometimes you kind of have to be okay with that too. Like, you may change, something may change about what you want to do or what you want to focus on, you know, but it will come back to you, and your creativity is always there for you. It never leaves you fully. It's just there waiting for you to come back to it and give it some love and attention and some presence. And it will come back. It will come back. Just keep going. Keep making art, and keep doing what you feel comfortable with at the time, and you'll get more and more in the flow. So I can't wait to get back. I'm getting back in the flow with this. Like, when I sit down, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, you know, like I have ideas, and that feels really good, you know, that flow feels really good, and it's my favorite thing. I'm still kind of struggling. Like, one thing I did is I do collage over these. Like, well, this is collage right here, but I'll do a big group of flowers, and here and there are going to be collage flowers. So I worked on some of the flowers beforehand and kind of had some of those ready. So I have some of those ready to go, but I feel a little stuck with that process. Like, you know, how did I make the flowers? Because I've just started doing the collage flowers over this. I used to do like this style, you know, the drawing on. I've done that for a little while now, but adding the collage is new, like before my surgery new. And I've always made collage stuff, but you know, you do things differently, you grow, you evolve with your technique. And like I said, I started doing that before my surgery, but now I'm kind of like not flowing with that part. I'm like, I can't remember how I made the flowers. Did I make the collage papers with the dots on it before, or did I make the flowers and put the dots on it after? You know, I don't know. I'm a little stuck with that part. So it's okay though. Like, I will have a day where I experiment with that, and I'll get out the papers. I'll start tearing stuff up. I'll look at my papers and flowers that I created before, and you know, I'll get it back. But it's a little uneasy feeling. Like, I'm kind of like, wish I could just like really get back into that and be flowing with that. But you know, it's just the way it is. It will come back to me It will, it will. And if not, you know, I guess something new was supposed to happen, but I know that's not true with my flowers and the collage because I'm so in love with that process and like the result. And it's kind of like, you know, I just feel like I'm right now making the art that really is the art I've been supposed to make, you know, like been longing to make, I guess, or it's a pretty good representation of my creativity, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that's a good feeling. So I'll get back to it. But if any of you are struggling, if you feel stuck with your art, if you had to take time off, just like I said, just keep going. Keep going. You'll get there. Okay. I hope you guys like this style of video. I'm going to work on this flower next. And these little guys, yeah, I like them. I think, yeah. I'm going to do like some smaller ones. Hold on. I'll show you like this. These small ones here, gonna do more kind of like orbs, I like to call them, kind of around. And yeah, that'll be cool. Can get lost in something like that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time.